Guys, our new concept is functions. Okay, functions. Very important concept. Okay, guys, any idea why functions are used? Anyone can say if they know. What is the use case of functions? See, dictionary use case we seen just just before we seen the dictionary use case to store the data related to the particular item or a particular entity. Here the person is empty. Here see, all your students' data is there in the same list because similar items can be stored in list. Inside each thing, you'll have different properties. So that's why we are storing in dictionary. Okay, this is how we are storing your data. So what is the use case of functions, guys? Function. So when I say function, right? What is the topic you're getting into your mind? Like what is the ideology getting into your mind? Can anyone say you can unmute and speak?
Put it in simple words like uh,
Lost your voice, sorry. Put it in your simple words. Still there, I got.
uh, perform a designated task. For example, I have a function to print addition of numbers. I can call wherever I can.
Okay, okay,
In,
cool.
uh, I mean, specifically designed to add two numbers, like designed to do a performer set and
Okay, okay, cool. Yeah, yeah, got it. Anyone else, guys? Any other examples in your mind?
I know that print is a function.
Yeah, print is a function. Okay, fine. So now, if you imagine before this meeting starts, before this meeting had started or has started, whatever it. So you guys logged into your Zoom, right? You all click join button, guys. You all click join button or not? Or,
Yes.
or some link to join, right? So what happened when you joined? You are inside this meeting room, right? When you unmute your button, you are able to speak. So there is some functionality happening, right? When you click something, when you do perform any event or you perform any task, right? There is some functionality happening, right? Some feature. Maybe if you are using your mobile, you have different feature. Or you're purchasing some car, you are having some feature, right? There is some functionality behind that, right? There is some functionality. Same way, functions do some specific tasks. See, whatever you learned till now, let's say yesterday we have seen even and odd numbers program, right? Even and odd numbers program we have seen, or summing everything in your array we have seen, or reversing a number you have seen, reversing a string we seen, right? We seen reversing a string. What if we put this in some function, right? See, in a layman way, we wrote in line by line in your Jupyter notebook. But what if we put this all functionality, let's say adding two numbers, like Shahina told, let's say adding two numbers as your functionality. Going forward, we'll do complex things, but right now I'm just telling adding two numbers to make you understand. Even if you are taking money from your ATM, there are some functions running background. So now, adding two numbers, and I'll tell you what is the advantage of function as well. Add two number. The I'll explain you the skeleton, guys. Don't worry. Okay, before this, I'll tell you one thing. So in Python, you have to define your function like this. Def is the keyword, guys. Definition of your function, right? Def is your keyword. Whenever Python encounters this keyword def, Python treated there is a function someone wrote. There is a function someone wrote. Okay, now if you use def and the function name, this name can be whatever you want. Whatever the name you want, you can give. This is your function name, right? This is your function name. Inside this, you write whatever the logic you want, guys. Whatever the logic you want, you can write. Doesn't matter. This is called body of the function. This is function definition. This is your body. Function definition, and this is your body of the function. Right? See, whenever in Python, everything will be in the scope. Everything will be in the scope, indentation. You see, this is called indentation. So this function ends until unless you have something there here with the same alignment. With the same alignment, if something there, some lines of code is there in this position, in this alignment, till here, the function definition is done. Right? This is what we know already. Okay? Till here. This is what we already know. This is applicable for loop, if condition, functions, even classes, wherever you go. People do these mistakes, guys. People do this, right? People write like code like this. You should not do because you are not defining the function completely. You have to give one tab space. This is indentation. See, if you put enter, you'll get same alignment, right? Okay. Print. You can do whatever 1,000 lines you can write, but that is not recommended. Simply something 1,000 lines function is not allowed actually. It will work. I'm not saying it will not work. It will work. Not a best practice. Okay. Fine, guys. So this is your function. And everything, every logic you have enclosed in your function, guys. See, function, there is one use case. I'll tell you at the end a little bit going forward, but we'll see the working. Okay. So this is the logic of the function. I've wrote some statement, some code inside. Forgot whatever the code it is. Now I want to switch that, click that button or something. I have to trigger this function, right? I have to trigger this function. I have to call this function. In your programming terminology, what we say, we have to call the function. How do we call the function? Just give the method name. Function name. Okay. We call it as function. Just. What is the output you are getting, guys? Again, we'll rub this and we'll write it. See, guys, def is the keyword and you have function name. Test function. This name can be anything. You can have Shiva, funny, whatever it is. Print something. Right? This is my function, guys. This is my first function. Let it do some functionality. After this function end, I'm just calling this. See the alignment. Give the same name. If you're not getting, copy paste. Yeah. Getting? Okay, I'll write in new cell for now. So I'm just calling the function. So what we are doing? This is called function call. Function call. Function definition. Okay, this is your function definition where you have the entire function and its logic. Wherever you want, you can call this function. Wherever line in the program, first define. See, the logic is first define, then call. See, if you don't have Zoom, how can you join your meeting? Right? You have Zoom functionality already defined, already installed, then you can use that function. If you don't have this Zoom, you cannot have that function call also. Right or wrong? Guys, understand? If you don't have your function, right? If you don't have your function itself, how can you call? You cannot call it, right? So what will happen if you call something like this? See, there is no test function, but I'm calling. Name test itself is not defined, right? It's not defined. So this thing is defined, right? Now you can call it. So once you call this, what you are getting? Whatever the logic you wrote inside, you are calling. Similarly, print is also a function, guys. Now we are coming back to basics. Print is a function. Right or wrong? Print is a function, which is writing some data to your output console. Okay. See, what is there inside this print, guys? See, what is there inside this print? Prints values to the stream, right? Prints values to the stream, separator, end value, flush, and all. These are all, we are not using everything. See, these are optional parameters. There is something which you see here. This is your value, hello world, right? You're passing something inside your print, guys. If you see, it is not a plain empty function. If you see the difference, you're not passing anything for this test, right? You're not passing anything to this test function. But in print, you're passing. See, in your print, you're passing. Getting? This is nothing but argument. What we call parameter or argument. Okay? Now we'll go to this paint and I'll tell you the function definition exactly. We'll write 10 to 15 functions, then you will get it how to do, right? See, this is your def function name parameters, parameter 1, parameter 2, or we can say arguments, arg3. I'll say like this, arg3. Okay, close this. Let's say you can have n number based on your need, and this is your body of the function. That's it, guys. This is just the thing. So now you have 3 parameters, right? P1, P2, R3. How do we call this function? You have to call this function using P1, P2. This P1, P2 can be anything. We'll just see it just after this. Any value. This P1, P2, P3 can be any value. See, you have ATM. I want to take 10 rupees. Oh, sorry, I want to take 100 rupees. I want to take 500 rupees. Those are these values. Anything, right? Any amount you can take. Similarly, you have parameters which will accept. So this is your function, guys. Simple. 2 lines of code. Some parameters, some functions will accept parameters, some functions will not accept. For this, there is no point of accepting anything because we are not doing anything. We're just printing. So let's see one more function, guys. Now you'll get clarity. A function name can be any add by anim. This is just a function, right? Now, this anim is creating this function. She is accepting 2 parameters, x comma y. Okay. So this is way of writing function. Okay. Now I want to print x plus y. See, guys, I don't know what is x. I don't know what is y, but I am actually defining a logic to perform addition. Right or wrong? I am assuming x is a variable here, or a parameter here, or an argument here, y is an argument here, and I want to add these two items, x comma y. Right, guys? This can be function, function name, parameters, and the body of the function. Body means logic. I can do anything with those two parameters. I can do multiplication, I can do subtraction, whatever it is. Clear, guys? This thing is clear. Def is the keyword to define a function. Function name, arguments, any number of arguments you can give it, and the body. And how do we call this? See, now I asked Anim to write a function to add two numbers. What it will do? This function will do function to add two numbers. See, if these basics are clear, you can create any number of functions. Add two numbers. So she done it. So once after closing this function, I closed this function and I am calling this function. I have to call, right? Now if I pass 3 comma 5, I want to add these two numbers. See, I'll just give this. I'll show you. 3 comma 5. What will be output, guys? Quick. What will be the output? See, this 3 will be mapped to x, right? In x place, 3 is there. First argument. Second argument. See, I'll copy this. I'll copy this, guys. For your understanding, I'll copy this. I'll just paste it here. We're just calling this. Simple. This name is simply a copy. Calling this function. Instead of x, what I passed? 3. Instead of y, what I passed? 5. Okay, this value is 3 and this value is 5. 3 plus 5 print, what will get, guys? Come on.
8.
Clear? This is your basic function, guys. Basic function. Again, we'll write one more function for Shiva. Def subtract by Shiva. Any name. See, I'm just making you guys a little bit interactive. I comma j. Whatever you want, you can pass. Print I minus j. Right? If I pass sub by Shiva, what is the output?
It's 3. Yeah.
What happened, guys?
I think we have to end it with
Yeah, guys, tell me what is the error? Somehow it happened. But see where it is pointing. See error.
so we have defined I, y, but we are printing I minus j.
Exactly. It is printing here, right? See, from the last you check it. This is your error. Where it caused after calling this error is caused. So now instead of y, I gave j. Immediately my interpreter is throwing an error. Now your answer should be 3. Cool? Now I'll do like this, guys. Now if I pass 6 comma 7, if I pass, just a second, guys. I need your answers, guys. Yeah, just calling the function means just copy this and paste and then change the values. Guys, what are these answers, please? Functions are already defined. I already installed things. I already defined. executed. Now I'm calling these functions in this same file, right? In the same file where the function is available. Okay. So now please tell me what is the answer of this? Someone already sent 13. Okay. 57. 59. So when I pass these two things to Anim's function, she is giving this result. When I pass these two items to Shiva, he is giving subtraction result. Clear? Clear, guys? Okay, now what did you observe, guys? What is the advantage of using functions? By seeing this file from here to here, what is the advantage you are getting now? Slowly.
We can call it many times.
Exactly. We can reuse the functions wherever we want, right? We can reuse the functions wherever we want. See, in your car, if you're purchasing a car, they are giving some functionalities, features. Whenever it is required, you are using it. Unnecessarily, you will not use the parking sensor, whatever it is, right? Reverse gears, unnecessary, you will not do it, right? Whenever it is necessary, but you will use it. So there is a logic you already defined for certain things, right? You already define a logic for certain things wherever it is required. Okay, wherever it is required in the same file. Okay, especially it should be in the scope. Again, when you're going for classes, it will change. But yeah, when you have a scope, you can use this. When you have a scope, you can actually use these functions. Getting, guys? For loop is loops are doing same thing repeatedly. You cannot reuse that. But if you put the same logic in some function, you can reuse wherever you want, right? Wherever you want. That is the difference. For loop, doing same task repeatedly. But if you want to reuse somewhere, you have to use it with function. Clear? Guys, clear with the function definition? We have to discuss a lot of things in these functions now. If you guys are clear, I'll move forward. Yeah, okay. I got thumbs ups. Thank you. Thank you for that. Okay. So if you're defining something, test one is a function. If you're defining something, and if you don't have anything to do right now, you just put pass. You just do pass. It will not give error. Otherwise, see why this pass and all will have a, see, sometimes there will be a case where you will just declare a function. This is just a declaration. There is no definition. Definition means you will have body. Declaring means just the object, just the formula, structure, right? This is the structure. You're declaring, but there is no definition, and you think that later stage you will implement this. You're just thinking later stage you will implement this function, right? For now, you're not implementing. I'll just do pass. Later we will see. Okay. In those cases, you come later, edit this function, and you do your logic. Initially, you can put pass and then see other works. And again, in abstraction concept also, we will get this. I'll tell you when you have in loops. But there is one more keyword called pass, which does nothing like me. This pass field does nothing like me. We have a function for that. So what will be this output, guys? Test 2. What will be this output, guys? Guys, come on.
It will throw error as we are not passing any parameters.
Exactly. See, my function is expecting 2 arguments, right or wrong? Test 2 function is expecting 2 arguments. and I'm doing some logic. See, logic is fine. Whatever the logic you write, it will execute. We already seen. But while you are calling this, you have to copy this to avoid error. You have to call like this, right? A comma B. But what we are doing, guys? What we are doing? We are not passing any argument and we are trying to trigger this function. So what will be your output, guys? What is the error you will get? Definitely you will get an error, right? Any guess what will be your error in English at least?
Arguments missing error.
Okay, cool. Let me execute, shift enter. See, test 2 missing 2 required positional arguments A comma B, A and B. Clear? Making sense? Make sense or not? Where actual this you are calling, hey Python, what Python is scolding us? Python is scolding us. Test 2 you are calling, okay Baba, that is fine. But the test 2 definition is having 2 arguments, guys. 2 arguments where you are missing 2 positional arguments. We'll see what is this positional argument and all. But yeah, for now 2 missing required arguments A and B, which you missed to call. Right? Okay. Now, if I give test 5 comma 7, what it will come, guys? What will be your answer? We'll just print, right? Test 2, sorry. 5 comma 7. Now, we'll define test 3. My test 3 can take A comma B comma. See, now you have to think in functions. You have to write everything in functions, right? You have to write everything in functions. I'm just printing. I'm not doing any rocket science logic. Test 3, I'm closing this function here. What will be my output, guys? Please, let's play. See, you no need to refer any book, etc. Just follow this lecture, you will get it. 100% depth. What will be the output, guys? I'm giving you all possible answers.
We'll get error.
You get error. What error, guys?
Arguments exceed error, maybe.
Okay, cool. Making sense. Takes 5 positional arguments but given 8. See, it is telling you what exactly the error you are doing and which line. See, if you have 1000 lines of code, this is useful, right? So now we'll remove last 3. Simple. Any confusion, guys? Till here? Next, we are going to move some new topic slowly. Not new topic, little bit depth. Any error, guys? Any questions till now?
No.
Getting?
Yeah.
Okay. See, simple, nothing we have done. We have just putting everything in functions. That's it. Okay. I'll do one thing. Yesterday, we wrote a logic, sum of first n numbers. First n natural numbers. Right? This is your function. So now if someone asks to write this functionality, right? How do we write, guys? See, I'll show you. First definition of the function, sum of, just I'm doing whatever name. See, going forward, we have to give meaningful names, right? So I will take n as my parameter, right? If someone will pass n to my function, I have to give that sum 1 to n, right? Getting, guys? Why I'm taking n? Suppose if someone is passing 8, I have to give 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus like that till 8. Getting? Okay. So now for I in range, yesterday we have seen this 1 to n plus 1, right? 1 to n plus 1. See, guys, how the function things are changing dynamically. Earlier we wrote the same program with number here, right? With some number here. But now we are passing dynamically. Dynamically means anything you can pass. 8 you can pass, 6 you can pass just by calling, right? So tell me the logic, guys. Tell me the logic. Total is equals to 0. Total is equals to total plus I. Right or wrong? Same logic we have seen, guys, yesterday. Just putting sum 0 to 1 to n, 1 to 8 sum, 1 to 9 sum, 1 to 10 sum. We have seen this example yesterday. Yesterday we wrote like this, sum and then sum here, but just we are writing total. I think Anim sent this answer yesterday, right? Guys, before running this question, if anyone having doubt, just raise their hand. Okay. Whoever understood, just give some reaction, guys. This logic, this functionality. Okay, only one person understood. Okay, cool. Getting. Thank you, guys. So now just I'm printing it here, guys. See, after everything you have to print, right? Otherwise, how it will know? You have to print. Total. After this for loop completion, I'm printing, right? Once every sum is done, then I'm printing. Like yesterday, we have seen this yesterday. Now I'm enclosing everything in a function. So I'm making it sum of numbers functionality. So now let me execute this, guys. 45, agree? If you do sum of 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8 plus 9, right? Upper bound will not take till it will take 9. That's why I give 9 plus 1. I want to include 9 also. Okay, now if I give sum of, see, I'm just copying this. I'll just copy this. I'll change the number. 55. Four. Clear, guys? 3 plus 3, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4. It's 10. Clear? This is how you can make you see all your logics yesterday, whatever the assignments you have done. You just convert those things into functions, right? You guys can convert those things into functions. Right, guys? That is your one more assignment today. Okay. I'll just ask one question now and we will take a break. Okay. I will define test 4. I'm just taking A. Simple, guys. Print A. So what will be my output, guys? If you say this output, then you know functions by default. But Ping me this answer privately. Think of it. The time is 5:03. We'll connect at 5:15, right? 5:15. I'm just pinging this in the chat, guys. I'm just pinging this in the chat. I want this answer. Okay? I want this answer. However, please send me in my private chat. Okay? There is something I have to discuss. So after the break, we will discuss. 5:15. Question is clear, right? It is in your chart and it is in your screen as well. Resume at 5:15. 11-minute break, guys. Okay? Thanks for your time. Stay on online. Interesting to discuss. Guys, hope you guys are back. Yeah, Shahina is back. Okay. Okay, cool. I believe everyone is back. Yeah. Is Shiva back?
Yes, I'm back.
Cool. Yeah. See, guys, I got few answers. Okay, 7 and throwing an error. An error is we can't call function. Mm. Okay, any thoughts, guys? What is the answer?
I feel it will, since the function has been called, it will print 7.
Mhm.
And then you're trying to add, you're not, uh, and then you're immediately doing the add function. So I guess that is not acceptable, maybe. So then it will throw error.
Okay.
It will be a different case if we have assigned to a variable called function and then does that a plus 2,
Like
or
this?
yeah, then do b plus 2, then
Oh, guys.
it won't throw error, but if in the first case I guess it will throw error.
Okay, let's execute, guys. See, guys, okay. After reading this, what is the error, guys? Why is even this is throwing an error? Very, very important concept.
Unsupported. I think we have not defined the type of p. It is taking us none type and trying to add it with the integer type 2.
Okay.
Basically, two numbers will be adding, right? So that is why it is throwing error for addition.
Okay, let me explain, guys. Let me explain. Don't worry, no stress. Okay. I'll just take some VS Code for your understanding. Okay. Check, guys. What is this print function doing? What is this print function doing, guys? Prints the value to a string, right? So that means what it is doing is, suppose I'll tell you one example. I'll tell you one example. See, by default, it is returning none. What it is returning, guys? It is just returning none. Nothing it is returning. But it is just printing. Printing to where? To the output console. That means here. This page or this terminal, whatever we say. Right? It is just printing, showing a message. Let's consider an example. If I give you a money, right? If I give you a money, 100 rupees. Okay? When I ask you, that means when I call you, right? When I call you, when I ask you, you are just saying that you're just showing it. Okay, I have 100, but you are not returning to me. There is a difference, guys, right? There is some difference, right? I gave you 100 rupees initially, okay, or you have an 100 rupees, right? Shiva having 100 rupees. If I ask 100, he is just showing me. He is not returning to me anything, right? He is just showing me that I have 100 rupees, but he is not returning to me when I ask. That is what print statement is. It is not returning anything, but it is just printing to your console. Guys, getting this logic? Very important. You have 100 rupees. I am asking you, hey, give me 100. I'm just calling, right? But instead of returning me 100, that's you're just showing me 100 rupees that I have 100. Understood, guys? What you should do to work this? You should return this value of A here. Here it is returning nothing. By this place, B is having none. B is having what? None. Because why it is none? You have only print logic. Print is not returning anything. It is just printing your value. It is just printing your value. See, 7 is printed. After 7, see this line. This is executing fine. This is executing fine, guys. If you print the value of B, if you print the value of B, it is none. It is none because print by default. See, last line is print or not. What is there inside your logic, test 4 logic? You have print. Print is returning none. Whatever we are calling here, whatever the function we are calling here, the return statement will capture the value. Okay, whatever the return will be captured here. In by default, the print is what the print is returning, guys? Print is returning none. See, the output of this function will be none, but it will print the values. It will print the values to a string. Clear? This is your return statement. See, similarly, if you say length, okay, let's see, guys. If you say length, what is the return statement of length, guys? Returns the number, right? See, when I give length of some list, right, it is giving some number, right? So, in short, whenever you are calling this 7 in test 4, A is equal to 7. Okay, you are printing A. 7 is printed. You are well and good. After that, the return statement is having nothing. It is none. B value is none. The output, entire output. See, what happens is when you are calling a function, this is your memory, right? It might not be an exact thing, but it's a test 4, for example. Okay, this is your function. Your function is executed. When you call your function, it is executed. It is printing the value here. It is printing, but in turn, it is not returning anything to here. There is no value returned because print by default returns none. So what you are doing here? None plus 2. Will that work? None type an integer, you cannot do summation. See, unsupported operand type for plus. None and integer. 2 is integer, B is none. You cannot add these two, guys. Understood why it is giving an error? Guys, any question? You got it? Why it is giving error? See, this function is just showing that it has some value, but it is not returning to B. Because print gives none by default. Print gives none by default. To make this work, we have a new thing called, to make this work, we have a new thing called a return statement. What is that, guys? We have something called return statement. See, the same function I'm writing like this with the test 5. Instead of print, I am just putting return. Instead of print, what I have done? I gave return. See guys, see carefully. B is equals to test 5 of 8. For example, test 5 of 8. Right? So now if I print B, now Shiva returned my money. What happened? When I asked Shiva to return 8 rupees, the test function, he is returning, return, right? Return is the keyword, English, simple English. It is written. Now, the returned amount I am storing here. Getting, guys? The returned amount, returned 8, whatever I am asking 8. He is returning some value. See, I am just writing return. You can do something. A into C is equals to A into 2 and return C. End of the day, you have to return some value inside your function, right? End of the day, what you have to do? You have to return some value inside your function. Until unless it is just for showing, just for doing something. Because if you're doing this return statement, you are getting this C value copied here. This replacement of what? C. The result of this value is return statement. The result of this function call is return statement. So now what will be my output, guys? When I ask 8 to Shiva, he gave me square. Right? Similarly, you can have n number of things. See, in this function, you are printing total, right? Instead of printing, do return. Simple. Instead of print, just give return. Return means once this function is completed, this value will be going to where we are calling. Now, in this case, you are returning C, right? Wherever you call this test5, wherever you call this test5, you will get this test5 result here. You will get C result. Test5 result means what? C. The result of this function is return statement. Okay? Now your function definition is slowly changing. Body, once your body is done, put return. Return the result, whatever the result you want to return. That's it. From here, nothing will be changed. Better if we use return statements wherever we want. Now, see, B value is how much, guys? Here, B value. Let's say now I'm doing from D, for example. D value will be how much? Guys, what will be my D value? Can anyone say what will be my D value, guys, based on this function 5? Guys, come on. So finally, what will be my output, guys? Think and tell. This is my function. I'm calling here and just doing this. See guys, what I'm passing. 10. If I'm passing 10, what will happen here? 10 square, right? It is assigned to C, and at the end I'm returning C. This is some logic, guys. See, don't bother about this. Only bother about the return statement. But this is your logic. Okay. I'm just squaring my number and returning it. This is the square, right? Saroja, clear?
No, can you explain again?
Okay. So what happens? So this is your function, right? So what is this function doing? What is the definition of this function? Just read it. Read it loud.
It's returning the value to C.
Sorry.
It's returning the value to C.
No, just what is this function is doing? See, this is declared. Okay. What is
Okay.
this doing? What is this doing?
Square root of A.
Squaring of a square. What is the value of a when you call this function?
10.
10. So that means your 10 is copied to a, right?
Okay.
Now 10 square, correct?
Okay.
10 square is how much? 100.
100.
Now your C value is 100. You are returning that C.
Okay.
Wherever you are calling, it will return here, right?
Okay.
Clear?
Clear.
So you are getting D value as 100, and then
100.
I'm just putting plus 5. So 1050 is your answer.
Okay.
So this is your advantage of return, guys. Return statement. Clear?
Got it.
Okay. Okay, we'll do few more things. Def. I'm just taking A comma B, guys. Okay, I'll do like this. Add is equals to A plus B. Sub is equals to A minus B. Multiplication is equals to, I think you guys done this program in the day one. Okay. A into B. Okay. Three things I am taking. Very easy things. Okay. Now, if I want to return, guys, if I want to return multiple values, add, I can return like this. Sub, mul. Okay. This is my definition. Okay. Now you pass whatever value you want. I'll give you these answers. This is what the functionality development. Okay. You have to define a function by assuming, okay, this function will take only two values, right? Once if you take two values, I'll give addition, I'll give multiplication, I'll give subtraction. Whatever you want, I'll return, take it. Done. Clear, guys? This simple code, right? I'm just passing A and B. I'm doing A plus B, A minus B, A into B, and returning all these three. Clear? Now let's call this function, guys. Call this function 3 comma 5. So it is returning in tuple. By default, if you are passing multiple values, it will return in tuple, guys. Don't bother much. Because you have to return multiple values. How you will return multiple values? You have to return in some collection, right? It will return in some collection. If you want, you can add in list also. By default, it is tuple. You can add it in list. See? Because you have multiple values. Multiple value means collection. Collection means you cannot store in single variable. You have to store either in list, either in tuple, or maybe in string somewhere, maybe maybe in the dictionary based on your logic. I can also do like this, guys. See, as we learned dictionary today, I'm just returning one dictionary. Add is my value only, right? No need to put in double quotes. If you put in double quotes, it will be add string. But this is holding some value, right? I can use it. If it is not holding, it will give you an error. Sub, right? Multiplication. See, I'm just returning one dictionary itself. Clear, guys? My addition is this one, subtraction is this one, multiplication is this one. Any doubts in this code? Any doubts? Please, please. If we move forward, you will be confusing. Just clear your doubts here. Once you understood this, rest thing is easy. On the fly, we will do. Simply on the fly. Okay, cool. Anim, you're clear?
Yeah, but I have a tiny doubt.
Yeah, please.
Say in test 5 we use C equal to A power of 2, right?
Right.
So in my normal function where I'm calling this test 5 function,
Okay.
I can still use C for other things, right? It will not impact the C inside the function.
No, you can use, yeah.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Yeah. But generally we will separate, right? We'll separate.
Okay. Yeah.
C for other things means outside the function you're saying or inside?
Outside the function.
Yeah, you can use.
Because
Because
when
C
we are
scope,
working in a bigger code,
yeah,
we might not remember the exact variables we used inside the definition functions.
Yeah, you can use it because see, this functionality is returning here. You're not doing anything with this. Only for this scope you are using this C. After that
Okay.
C, you can use anything.
So it will not affect the other
Not affect.
code.
Not affect
Okay.
because this is already done. You are calling it. After this, whatever you write, you are welcome.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Right? Yeah. Okay, this is clear. So the same code, guys, see, the same code I'll modify into very lesser weight. I remove this. I mean, it's a shortcut. Instead of assigning to variables, we can directly use this. It's okay however you want. This version is okay. This is okay. Both are same. We are not doing any much rocket. See? Clear? If you don't want to return in dictionary, you can directly do like this. Okay, we'll do it here. Earth1 we'll do, Earth1, Earth2. I'm just leaving like this with some comma separation. See, anything you're doing, you have to separate with comma in your programming. Most of the things. If you see list, if you see dictionary, Earth2, by default, it will give you tuple. Okay. See. Anything based on your requirement, you will just use whether it's dictionary. Someone will ask you to send in dictionary, you send like this. If someone will ask you send in some tuple, you send like this. Someone will ask in list, you send this as list. Put list like list and then do this, whatever you want. See, think to write code in very less lines. See here, this is fine while learning. First time you're writing this one, that is 100% fine. But think the same thing once this is working. Okay, once this is working, copy this and paste it somewhere. Say it's a working code. Now, try to modify this to make it short. This is short version, right? Short version. Clear, guys? Return statement is clear. What return can do magic? Now, anywhere you use this function, you will get the values, functionality and the value. Now, if I ask Shiva, is sending me money. It's win-win. Clear? Now, just a second, guys. I'm just referring to something here. Did anything I missed? No, yeah, we are good. Cool. So, few more concepts, guys. See, you have to understand these things very carefully. Till now, you got it, guys. Any questions? Please let me know now if you have any questions. See, logically, nothing is there. These logics, you know, a plus b, a minus b, sum of first and natural numbers, Fibonacci series, this what we call reversing a string. String you are passing and you are asking to reverse. And natural numbers, n you are passing, asking to do the computation of n numbers sum and then returning it. Same things. So what if you want to pass, what if you want to reverse the string, guys? See, in Python, if you see when you are learning strings, right, I shown you the default method str.reverse, directly they wrote. If you forgot that, you can directly use this. You write your own reverse. Just pass string. What you want to reverse, guys? See, what do you want to reverse? String. Pass str, whatever it is. Okay. Now write a logic for I in st. Okay, st will be your string. Now s is equals to empty. Yesterday we seen this. S is equals to st plus s. Something like this, yeah. Return s finally. So everything you can convert into your functions. What happening, guys? What is the error?
In for loop, we have not given negative indentation for it to reverse, right? Like the negative -1.
Sorry.
No, if you write st, s plus st, s is equals to,
Okay. No, my question is why we are getting these many things?
Hmm.
The same string is getting multiple times, right? let me check it here, guys. Okay, now it's good time to debug. Okay. Okay. Good time to debug. ST is equals to, we do this one. Yeah.
I think
Hmm.
uh, for the string in Saishwar, like 7 times, the loop is being iterated. And since we have written st plus s plus st, it is been added one time to the empty string extra. So it's like 8 times it has been added. Like Saishwar, 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 like that.
Okay, what is the solution then? You got the solution now. What we have to do?
We just want Saishwar, right?
Yeah. Reverse of this Saishwar. Yeah, guys. You guys think, yeah. Even
Like how many times we want to iterate it, number of times the name contains.
no, I just want to reverse the string.
Reverse it.
Yeah.
Then we can use we have a reverse function, right? That
No,
method we can use.
that's what we are trying to implement now.
Okay.
Guess what is the mistake, guys? Execute here. Same thing. First I wrote ST plus. Yeah. This is working, guys, right? Why it is coming multiple times is my question.
We are adding st plus s, but not the letter I.
Exactly. You have to add the I. That is the character. Yeah, perfect. Cool, guys. Yeah. We are adding ST means string, right? Saishwar. We are adding ST plus MT and all. But this is what you need to add I, because we are iterating S, A, I, E, right? One by one. So this is your simple logic, and we are just putting inside your function. I want to pass string, and this string should be iterated. Clear? Getting how to write the function, right? Cool. Just a second, guys. Guys, come on. Fine, right, guys? Understood? Simple logic. Yesterday we discussed it. Instead of I, we kept ST. That's it. Okay, now I don't know how many arguments I will pass. Okay, I don't know how many arguments I will pass. I have to return those. See, initially, if you observe, you are getting some error. If you are passing wrong number of arguments, let's say for 10 you are passing 8, for 2 you are passing nothing, right? So I don't know how many arguments I will pass, but my function should accept. Okay, but my function should accept. Okay, like this randomly I am passing. So you have something called star args. See, args is your any variable name. It's not a keyword. You can give args Shahina, star Shahina, sorry, right? It will work. But this is the notation, right, where you can do. See, these many number of items I am passing. I can, this meaning is star means multiple. Okay, star means multiple. Even in SQL, you'll have the same thing. Star means multiple. You can pass multiple arguments, right? It will accept and return the same. What I'm doing, I'm returning the same as a tuple. Yeah. See, guys, once I execute, I'm getting the same thing. Fine, guys, right or wrong? See, when you see some code in Python like this, don't panic. It is simple multiple, right? Multiple arguments you can pass. Guys, am I making sense? Okay. Okay, what if I do like this? C comma args. Okay, next line, next function I'll write because I'll share this file line. Some C I kept. So what happens, guys? Why there is a difference between this one and this one? Can anyone tell? Saroja? You're on mute.
Yeah.
Star args is you can send multiple arguments, right? It doesn't make problem when you're passing wrong number of arguments, okay? Any number of. But I've just passed C comma args. So what is the difference between this output here and this output here for the same program? Check and tell the output. What is missing? Why?
One is missing.
Why?
We consider C as one.
Exactly. Yeah. C as 1. See, this is positional argument, right? First position is 1. You guys got one error, right? Some positional arguments error. Getting A and B. This is first position, second position. Similarly, C holds the first position and rest args owns the second position. I am just returning args only. I am not returning C. If I return C, I'll get it 1. 1 and this group. Clear, guys? Yes or no? It takes based on the position. First position, second position, what we gave. First position is C. So this one will be C. First position is C, this one will be C. Clear? As
Yeah,
simple,
it's clear.
as simple as that. Okay, now I want to pass the key value, right? Key value as the parameters. Right? See, now we have seen most of the things. You can pass list also, right? You can pass anything. You can pass individual arguments. Like that, you can pass list also. Okay. We passed string, right? Here. Entire string. This is one string, which is st, right? Similarly, you can pass list also. Okay. Now, we'll pass the kind of a dictionary. Test 8. How many things? Key value, right? Key value. Key value. Key args. Keyword args we call. Key args. Key. See, when you give 2 arguments, okay. Anyway, see, this is not a keyword. I'm just naming as per the notation. You can give any name you want. Just see, guys. Just see. You will understand. Now, if I call test 8, name is equals to Sai. In calling, you can give like a variable, right? This is a variable. Name is equal to Sai. Company is equals to which company, guys? Startup company or some name Google will say. Let's see. Let me dream or aim for it. Okay. So see, when you are passing some key and value, you have to give 2 stars. That's it. If you are passing key and value, if you give your key and value will be your input for this function, then give 2 stars. If nothing, give 1 star. Clear, guys? I'm just returning this key order. Clear? You have to pass dictionary like this, guys. This is not dictionary, in fact, it's just a key values. Dictionary will be your one argument, right? It will be one item, entire item. See, this is different. Dictionary is completely one item. You have to just get like this. Anyway, we'll see this, how to pass the dict. But this is what you understood, right? If you're passing key name and value, I mean like key and value items inside your see, you don't know how many you will pass. How many variables you will pass, you don't know. But those variables are having key and value. Here you are having only just a values, star args. And again, here also you don't know how many number you will pass. Here also you don't know how many number you will pass, but you have this key and value specification. Okay, company, Google, name, Sai. In that case, give 2 stars. Simple. Keyword args. This we call as keyword args. Clear, guys? Now see, guys, this is one new function, right? What it is written, guys? Sai and list and then tuple. Now, see, observe one thing. This is your function. Now you have to catch these items. Like, see, initially what I have done in test 5. In test 5, this one what I have done, guys? I have catching this result in this D variable, right? 100 in D variable. Here also same way I have to catch A, B, C for now. A, B, C, because this is returning 3 values. It is returning how many values? 3 values. So 3 variables I have to give. Now test 9. Simple, guys. Now what is the value of A? Guys, what is the value of A? Unmute and speak.
Right.
Fine. What is the value of B?
32, 43, 2.
Exactly. And you know what is the value of C. See, in sometimes what happens, see, this is your use case, right? This is absolutely fine. In some of your Python codes, you might see underscores like this. You might see underscores like this. See, instead of A, I wrote underscore, instead of C, I wrote underscore. The meaning of this is, see, even though this test 9 is returning 3 values, I repeat once again, even though this test 9 is returning 3 values, I want to use only one value. The other values doesn't matter to me in my requirement. In my next lines of code, I will use only B. In that case, they will write underscores. Right? If you see these underscores in your variables, don't panic. Right? Only they want to use this value. Okay? Or they want to use this value based on their need. I want this list, I just use that list. List is my second value. So second value I will use something. Other values I will make underscores. Getting, guys? First value written, second value written, third value written. The second value is this thing. This is nothing but I map it to B. So now I have just print B, right? Simple, guys? Clear? Perfect. Okay, now we'll see one more thing, guys. See, now the logic, everything is done. All the things you know. But few more things I want to discuss, like your default arguments, right? Your default arguments. I'll show you what is your default arguments. Def test 11, test 10, right? Test 10, A comma B. Simple, guys. We'll come to basics again. Return A plus B, test 10. . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . This is what you're getting as a return. This is fine. You already know this. Now, okay, I'll do like this. Now, you already know this. This output will be 12. Now, what I am trying to do is, I will just make this value as 3 by default. See, instead of arguments, I can assign. Inside the arguments, I can assign. See, these are different ways. See, function, definition, everything is same, written. But these are different permutation and combination where you will see in your code. Okay? That's why I'm telling. See, I just put b is equal to 3 here. Okay? But see, the first preference is this one. First preference is what? This one. 5 and 7 is your first preference. B value, A is 5, B is 7. Check. I am executing again. It is 12. Doesn't change. Right? It is 12. What if I remove this value, guys? What if I remove this value, guys? What if I remove this value, guys? So, by default, if you are removing this, see, you are passing 1, but your function is accepting two arguments. You are still passing 1. Happily you can pass because b is already assigned here. Okay, this is your, now this will be your preference. If you are not passing anything, this will be your preference. Explicitly, if you are passing this will be your A, this will be your B. Getting? This will be your A is 5, B is 6 if you are passing explicitly. But what if you remove? B is automatically taken care in this function itself. Okay, you will not face any issue. Yeah, thanks, honey. Yeah. Clear? Yes, this is clear. See, if you forgot, see, why there are some default values, right? So there are some default values. Let's say, any example, guys? Default values? Any example? Some default values would be there, right? GST is 18%. Some default value. People will, see, if I want to calculate tax function, you're building some tax function. So you are writing this thing, and your default function is default tax GST is 18%. In those cases, you can use this kind of default arguments. Okay? Yeah, guys. Okay, just let me know where you are missing. Let me check, guys, if anything I'm missing here. It's not loading. What will happen, guys? If I call test 15, okay, test 12, for example. What will happen, guys? Test 12, if I call. By default, it will take care, right? Clear, guys? Any questions till now? Pure depth, okay? Any questions, guys? Okay. If there is no questions, what we gonna do is, okay, now just I'll make these functions standardized. Okay? Okay, I will take this function test5 and I'll make it as a standard. Standard means I'll just decorate it. Okay, we'll see what it is. See, if you are doing this print, right? Print hello. You are getting all this description, right, guys? All this description. Right or wrong? You are getting all this function. It is saying print is function. It is taking this value, which is string, this one. If you are not passing anything, it is taking a none by default. If you are not passing anything, it's or condition, right? Or string or none. By default value is this one. Default value is /n, means new line, and which is the return none, and it is showing prints the values in the stream and so and all. So now if you are able to define a function like this, you also want those kind of decorations, right or wrong? See, this is my function, guys. Now if I want to get the same kind of feel, okay, I'll just do a plus b, guys. Okay, two variable a into b. Okay, multiplication I'm trying to do. First I'll do simple, right? Okay, now I will decorate this function in such a way. We will call it as a doc string. Doc string means 3 quotations. It's like a comment only. You can write whatever you want. This function multiplies 2 numbers, right? This function multiplies 2 numbers created by Shahina. Something. Okay? Anything you can give. This is a comment for this function. Doc string we call it. Document string, doc string, right? Now, if you're calling this function somewhere, this is my function I defined. Now, if you're calling this function test5, see it is coming, right? This function multiplies 2 numbers, right? This function multiplies 2 numbers. Okay, if I hover like this, see, def is function. We are just standardizing our code. That's it. Def is function test5, a any, b any number, output returning any number. We will also take this any's also. Okay, we'll just make it more standard. See, this is decoration. Okay, nothing to do with logic. A int, I want this as integer. See, in Python you will do right side. In Java you will do left side like this. Int a int a is equals to, like that you will do. Okay, but yeah, if you are not writing this, there is no worries. And what is the output, guys? See, output is also integer. Now if I hover this, if I execute this and I hover this function, now see, guys, see how this is showing, guys. Clear, guys? Clear or not? Test5, a will take integer, b will take integer, and it also returns integer. If you see print, it is returning none here. I shown you. Okay, see, our code is also same. Doc string we have wrote less, so this is coming. This function multiplies 2 numbers created by Shahina. What we wrote, it is coming here. What is the decoration we have done here? It is showing there. Clear, guys? This is just making your function standard, more standard. See, you can still pass your value can be float. Okay, logically this can be float. It is not type strict. Okay, Python is not type strict language. If you are passing float, it should give must float. If you are passing int, it should give must int. No, Python is not that. It is just for decoration, I told you, right? Just for making standardization. It will take integer. See what it should do, it should take integer as b, but what I gave 9.8 is not integer, right? It is float. Still it took A into B, it can work because it both are numbers. Both are numbers, it can do multiplication, right? Both are numbers, it can do multiplication. If I pass none, then it will be issue, right? But yeah, it can still give floating point, but for the decoration purpose, we are writing like this. But whatever we are writing here, whatever we are having this here, we have to pass it the same. We have to pass it the same. Later we will see, we will handle errors. If someone is passing float here instead of integer, we can catch that guy and say, okay, you are passing float, you should pass int. We can do that in exception handling and all, that concept is there. But yeah, for now you understood, right? This is more standard way of writing the function. Comment there, I mean doc string, decoration, and then do this integer what it is taking and what it is returning, so that if anyone sees this function, they will understand, okay, you have to do this. What if you have any, see, if you're not doing this, if someone is reading, see, you don't know this length function, how it wrote, right? You don't know this length, how they wrote. I'm just passing in. Object means if I'm passing something else, it will take error. But in our case, see, for example, same function is there. Guys, tell me this, same function is there. A comma B. Okay, see, internally this logic is right. I don't know length function. Even if new user is coming, they don't know this test function. They'll just call it. Length we are just calling, right? We don't know. Okay, we don't know. So what we need to do? What we need to do, guys? We will just do this. See, test, okay, so test 6 I will write here. We are coming to end. Test 6 you are doing. And if I do test 6, it will show any. Any means, can I pass list? Can I pass dictionary? No, right? Your aim of this function is to do multiplication. Multiplication of two numbers. But if you're just showcasing it to any to the outside world, they'll pass any item. Either it could be dictionary, either it could be string or something. But my intention is I have to add two numbers, so I'm just restricting this two numbers here like this, integers. So that if anyone sees this function, they will know, okay, I have to pass two integer numbers, right? This is for a decoration purpose, documentation purpose. Okay, guys, this is your last one, last function, last line. Okay, if you have like this, okay, this is your just simple a plus b, right? I can write the same function using lambda. Okay, lambda is nothing but, it's a function again, anonymous function. Anonymous means it will not have any name. See, this is your lambda. So what is happening here is, I'll explain this for 2 minutes, then we'll wind up. Okay, what we will do is, see, this is your function, guys. This is your function, a plus b. So why to write a plus b and do this thing, right? Because there is no, it's very small function, right? Single line of logic. Instead of that, to replace this function, instead of writing def, passing this and all, we will write this, because it is a small computation, a plus b, very small, one line of logic. For this one line of logic, right? For this one line of logic, what we will generally do is, we will put it in lambda. See, lambda mn, like a comma b, I'll write it as a comma b, right? A comma b. This is your function, guys. See, this is your function. Lambda is function only, right? Once this is function, and then you are doing this a plus b, right? So instead of that, instead of def and all, we will just do this, guys. I am just assigning this lambda to x. That means in lambda is simply a Python function which is useful to write a small logics without any function definition, like return statement. No need to do, right? No need to do return statement, def, and then all this stuff. For sometimes you will see in Python, you will have this kind of a code. Okay, lambda a comma b, like test 11 a comma b, lambda a comma b, remove this. Remove this and write your logic to here. Write your see here also colon is there, right? Here also colon is there. Instead of down, you have to write logic side. Okay. This thing you have to practice, guys. In a Spark, you will face more these guys. And you are assigning this entire functionality to x variable. Now, if I pass x of 3 comma 5, x of 3 comma 5, it is 8. That means this x is holding this entire functionality, guys. See, x is holding this entire functionality. Instead of calling this full function, you will just call x. Getting, guys? The same thing we can write in a single line using lambda. Both are right. Both are right. But try to make a habit of using this version of writing. Simple. A comma b 2 parameters. I'm just passing a comma b 2 parameters. Instead of this function name, I will put lambda. Instead of this function name, I will put lambda. See, this will be same. Same, guys. Instead of function name, I'll put lambda function. We call lambda function and parameters are same. Colon. Don't pass brackets. Only colon, right? That's it. Below this, you have logic. You will have in lambda side logic. Both are having same functionality. Functionality won't change. Style of writing. It is just a style of writing. For small logics, you can write like this. And you assign this to x. And then pass in x, a comma b. Right, guys? You understood this? Any question? Aneem, Shaina, any questions? This is the lambda function, guys. Shortcut way
I'm
of
good.
writing a function. Okay. Fine, guys. Any questions? We'll see the other functions, reduce and map, maybe in Spark. I don't want to make a filter and all. We'll do in RDD, Spark. Again, we'll discuss those functions there. But lambda, just make a note. Okay. Finally, what is your assignment? What is your assignment, guys?
To make functions from the
Functions from yesterday's
assignment you've
lesson.
given, yesterday's problems and then the students one.
Make functions. And this student, this is also in function. Fetch name and respect to GenAI status. Right? This is your assignment, guys. Okay.